So you actually stepped into Death Row at one point?
Yeah, I was vice president of Death Row.
Okay.
When Suge was incarcerated, his last 2 years, I was developing Crooked Eye. I was over there at the time when Lisa Left Eye was there, and then I took Above the Law there too. We were going to do a record with Death Row.
Okay.
At that point. Yeah.
So what's your relationship with Suge?
Oh, well, last time we left off, we were solid.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that had to be about 2 years ago. I've seen Suge maybe about 6 months before they start shooting Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
And he was fine. I mean, he was positive. I mean, I didn't have me and him talk for about 30 minutes, and he said, "Call me if you need anything," and that was it.
What was the vibe at Death Row when you stepped in? Because at that point, most everyone who Death Row was known for was gone.
Yeah, he was
right. Dre was gone.
Yeah.
Daz was still there.
Daz left.
Daz was gone. Kurupt was gone. Yep. Snoop was gone.
Yeah.
And everyone around Snoop was gone.
Well, for me, I was brought in to help rebuild the label, with his new arsenal of artists. So it really wasn't like a bad vibe. And, the only thing that was crazy for me was that I had to go visit him like 3 times a month.
In prison?
In prison, yeah.
Okay.
So that was the only thing that was kind of crazy for me, far as the craziness. Other than that, we were trying to develop artists and put records out. It seems like when it didn't get crazy till Suge got home, and then he started being like more of like, he wanted some get back. And to be honest with you, Vlad, I just wasn't with that.
What do you mean by some get back?
Like he wanted to be like, at the time when Dre was at the height of what he was doing in Aftermath, he just really was so focused on, fuck him, And in my mind, I wasn't like that. I was like, I just want to rebuild the label. You got some cool acts here. We want to make a solid record. We don't want to be at odds with Dre. We're cool with Dre. Matter of fact, we don't really give a fuck, really. Whatever he does, we wish him the best, basically. And that was my motto, through it all. So I did a couple of records with him. I finished the soundtrack for Too Gangsta for Radio. I did a Snoop record that he wanted to put out. I mixed it for him, and a Dog Pound record that he wanted me to mix.
Were you part of the Chronic 2000 that the Death Row put out?
No, I wasn't. No.
A lot of people were upset over that.
No, I wasn't.
You know what I'm talking about? Because Dre was going to call his shit the Chronic 2000, and then Suge dropped the Chronic 2000.
I wasn't. Yeah. The only records that I did was Too Gangsta for the Radio. I did Walking Dead Man, and a Dog Pound record, and I mixed those records. Mm-hmm. I was developing Crooked Eye and helping him do Lisa Left Eye. Then I done a Tupac record, Until the End of Time. I was the music supervisor and I produced 4 records on there.
That was after Tupac had died?
Exactly. That was his first record after he died.
Okay.
I was brought in by his mother and Edie to do that record from the Death Row side, because nobody wanted to do that record. And Death Row had records, and they had Death Row had a stake in it. So they had to let Death Row have a say-so in it. And nobody on the Interscope side wanted to mess with the record, so they called me in to pick the songs out and be the music supervisor and mix it.
Okay. You came in after Tupac had passed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. All these things were after he passed.
Yeah. So
it was when we were trying to rebuild, and then when Suge got home, Suge just went on this. He hated Dre for leaving, and he hated Snoop, and and I just wasn't really with it. I couldn't work like that. It wasn't no physical drama or nothing. It's just, I just went through that a lifetime ago, with what happened with Eric and Dre. I didn't want to be at odds with nobody else. I was still back and forth dealing with street politics and industry politics. And, it's funny, my humble exit came when I got indicted. So, and then that's when everything went crazy, as far as like, he lost the label and everything in that whole process.
Right, the label went bankrupt, right?
Exactly. So, and I never, my last conversation with him at the label was like, I think we found a clause in our contract that if he didn't put us in the studio Above the Law, if he didn't do the Above the Law record within 6 months, we could leave. So, he was caught up in so much other legal shit, he couldn't even pay attention to that. So we just walked.
Just walked out.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. And then after that, Chaos got indicted. DJ Chaos from my group got indicted, and I got indicted. So, and then that was my easy exit.
But you reconnected with Suge after you got out.
Yeah. I talked to him in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I've talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him. Actually, I talked to him about the Tupac movie that they were doing.
Yeah, which I heard it's not happening.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah. But,
yeah, that's what I heard.
And he had a big stake in that. He said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were calling him in as a consultant. He said. I mean, that's what he said to me. But, you know.
So he was very honest, and he says, I don't write that way, I don't know how. So Drake was just kind of showing him how to take his ideas and turn them into a story, and to make that story come back around.
He basically was like letting me know, I know who you is, I know we got a lot of the same people, man, but we ain't dead, nigga, basically. And I was like on a defense.